Ocean. Go. AMR, telemetry quality. Mercury capsule. Go.
7 from Cape. How do you read, UHF?
Roger, loud and clear. How many? -40. Status check, pressurization. Locks tanking. Have a blinking high level light. You are go. Motor systems.
Retract now.
Range operations.
Roger.
Mercury capsule. Go. All pre-start panel lights are correct. The ready light is on. Eject Mercury umbilical.
Godspeed, John Glenn. 5, 4,
3, 2, 1, 0. Roger, the clock is operating. We're underway.
Eagle, loud and clear.
Roger, we're programming and roll okay. A little bumpy along about here.
Roger. Stand by for 20 seconds.
Roger.
2, 1, mark.
Roger, backup clock is started. Fuel 102, 101, oxygen 78, 100, amps 27.
Roger, loud and clear. Flight path is good. 6-9.
Roger, check's okay. Mine was 70 on your mark. Have some vibration area coming up here now.
Roger, reading you loud and clear.
Roger, coming into high Q a little bit. That little contrail went by the window or something there.
Roger.
Fuel 102, 101, oxygen 78 to 101, amps 24, still okay. We're smoothing out some now, getting out of the vibration area.
Roger, you're through max Q. Flight path is...
Roger, feels good through max Q and smoothing out real fine. Sky looking very dark outside. Cabin pressure is holding at 6-1, okay.
Roger, cabin pressure holding at 6-1.
Roger, I've had some oscillations, but they seem to be damping out okay now. Coming up on 2 minutes. Geez, they're building to 6.
Roger, reading you loud and clear. Flight path looks good. Pitch 25, stand by for start.
Roger, Pico. Back to 1 1/4, the tower fired. I could not see the tower go. I saw the smoke go by the window.
Yeah, we confirm staging on DM.
Roger. There the tower went right then. Have the tower in sight way out. Could see the tower go. Edison Tower is green.
Roger.
1.5 Gs.
Friendship 7, Bermuda has you.
Roger, Bermuda, stand by. This is Friendship 7.
All Roger, reading you loud and clear, 7. Cape is go. We're standing by for you.
Roger, Cape is go and I am go. Capsule is in good shape.
Roger, 20 seconds to Seco.
Roger. Indicating 6 Gs. Seco. Lots of grades fired, okay.
Roger, stand.
Roger, 0 G and I feel fine. Capsule is turning around. Oh, that view is tremendous.
Roger, turn has started.
Roger, capsule turning around, and I could see the booster during turnaround just a couple of 100 yards behind me. It was beautiful.
Roger, 7. You have a go. At least 7 orbits.
Roger, understand go for at least 7 orbits.
And now John Glenn is waking, orbiting very nearly due east away from the United States coast. 5 miles farther at the tick of every second.
Roger, Friendship 7. I am taking xylospill now.
Roger, Friendship 7, understand.
Across Africa, then watching the sunset over the Indian Ocean.
Roger, this is Friendship 7. I can see the dark side coming up in the periscope back behind me at present time. That was sure a short day.
Say again, Friendship 7?
That was about the shortest day I've ever run into.
Trying passes rapidly, huh?
Yes, sir.
In the night over Australia, then the sun rising behind him as he crosses in the Central Pacific.
This is Friendship 7. I'll try to describe what I'm in here. I'm in a big mass of some very small particles that are brilliantly lit up like they're luminescent.
Then across the United States toward Cape Canaveral. Once around. 45 minutes of night and 45 minutes of day.
Little or nothing of zodiacal light at the moment. Friendship 7, the sun is going down again now. Coming off automatic in yaw and yawing a little bit to the left to observe it. Flying with yaw handle pulled.
During the flight, the automatic stabilization and control system was causing some difficulty. Didn't appear to be correcting the way it should. Was able to use the manual control and just didn't cause any trouble at all. It seemed very natural after all of the trainer work we've done. Trainer simulations, incidentally, were very, very close to the orbital control situation. When we started having this problem at the end of the first orbit, I was largely on manual control from there on till the end of the flight.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
Roger. Retros are firing.
Yeah, baby.
Are they ever? It feels like I'm going back toward Hawaii.
Don't do that. You want to go East Coast.
Roger. Fire retro light is green.
Go through here.
Roger. Roger. Retros have stopped. Hunter?
Keep your retro pack on until you pass Texas.
That's affirmative.
Shot.
I'll tell you, there's no doubt about it when the retros fire.
Yeah, it has with your comments.
The ground telemetry receivers had picked up an impulse that we possibly had a loose heat shield. And for that reason, it was deemed advisable to keep the retro package in place during reentry so that it would go ahead and burn off, but by that time we would be in a high enough aerodynamic force field to keep the heat shield in place in case it was in fact loose.
This is Texas Capcom Friendship 7. We are recommending that you leave the retro package on through the entire reentry. This means that you will have to override the 05G switch, which is expected to occur at 0443. This also means that you will have to manually retract the scope. Do you read?
This is Friendship 7. What is the reason for this? Do you have any reason? Over?
Not at this time. This is the judgment of Cape Flight.
Roger. Say again your instructions, please. Over.
I didn't really contest this decision from the control center because I knew that the experts we had on the ground had certainly thought this thing out much more thoroughly than I could in flight. I knew that there would not be any change of this magnitude made unless it had certainly been considered from every possible angle by many, many experts on the ground, all the people that designed the system and all the other experts that were in the control center.
Roger, understand. I will have to make a manual 05G entry when it occurs and bring the scope in manually. Is that affirmed?
That is affirmative. Friendship 7.
Roger. This is Friendship 7 going to re-entry attitude then in that case.
Friendship 7, Cape Flight will give you the reasons for this action when you're in view. Friendship 7, this is Cape, over.
Go ahead, Cape, Friend 7.
I recommend you go to re-entry attitude and retract the scope manually at this time.
Roger, retracting scope manually.
While you're doing that, we are not sure which one you're running with the retro package on. We see no difficulty at this time in that type of re-entry, over.
Roger, understand.
The spacecraft descends gradually toward the top of the atmosphere under the increasingly insistent pull of gravity.
Go ahead, Cape, Friendship 7.
Stand by.
This is Friendship 7 going to fly by wire. I'm down to about 15% on manual.
All right, you're going to fly by wire for re and we recommend you do the best you can to keep a zero angle during re-entry, over.
Roger, Friendship 7.
The spacecraft begins to pile up a shock wave. Speed, 15,000 miles an hour. The temperature of the heat shield is approaching 3,000 degrees. Its fiberglass surface is beginning to ablate, to char, to melt and vaporize, streaming away to form a glowing electrically charged wake.
Go ahead, Cape. You're going out.
We recommend that you...
Radio and telemetry contact falters, stops, blocked by the cloud of charged air.
This is Friendship 7. I think the pack just let go.
The straps on the retro pack broke loose, and I felt a bump on the capsule and thought that the retro package had jettisoned as it was supposed to do. Apparently this was not true, but I thought so at the time.
This is Friendship 7, a real fireball outside.
This made a pretty spectacular re-entry from the capsule standpoint, because as it went on into the higher heat pulse in, and this glow picked up outside the capsule to sort of a bright orange outside the window, it became apparent that something was tearing up on the heat shield end of the capsule, because there were large pieces from anywhere from pieces as big as the end of your finger to pieces probably 7 or 8 inches in diameter, were breaking off and falling off the edge of the capsule and coming back up brightly. You could see the fire and the glow as they would come back up past the window. This obviously was the retro package tearing up and breaking off as we knew it would if it had been retained. I thought at that time, however, that the retro package had already been jettisoned. So there were some moments of doubt there as to whether the heat shield had been damaged and whether it might be tearing up itself. And this could have been a bad day all the way around if that had been the case. But it was very spectacular looking out into this orange glow outside the window, bright orange glow, and seeing these big flaming chunks go back along the flight path.
You're 0450. Okay, we're through the peak G now. 7 net. No close engine set. Over. Friendship 7. Drogue is out. Roger, is the drogue holding off? Roger, drogue looks good. Roger. Scope did not come out. Checklist. Roger, pumping the scope out. Left over. Say again. Roger, re-entry checklist complete. Standing by for main at 10. Roger. Coming down on 10, snorkels are open. Roger, understand, snorkels open. Roger. Main chute is on green. Chute is out in race condition at 10,800 feet and beautiful chute. Chute looks good. On O2 emergency and the chute looks very good. The rate of descent has gone to about 4.2 feet per second. The chute looks very good. Hello, Mercury Recovery. This is Friendship 7. Do you receive? Mercury, Friendship 7, this is Steelhead. Loud and clear, over. Roger, that's affirmative. Descent is normal, indicating 40 feet per second. Friendship 7, this is Steelhead. Be advised, I have you visually... Roger, what is your estimate on recovery time, over? Estimate pickup now at 20 minutes, over. Roger, I understand 20 minutes to pickup. Landing bag is on green. Friendship 7, ready for impact, almost down. Here we go. Friendship 7, this is Steelhead. Hold you in the water. What is your condition, over? Roger, my condition okay. Does the capsule look like it's okay, over? Friendship 7, reference your last affirmative. Capsule looks good from here, over. Roger, understand they want me to stay in the capsule until rescue. Ship 7, steelhead, that's Charlie, over.
Roger.
And so it ends. Our first manned orbital flight, with John Glenn receiving congratulations from the President of the United States. But in ending, it forms a new beginning. A beginning not only to the line of Project Mercury orbital flights, but to a series of ever higher, ever longer steps. More training, more teamwork, more tests. For after Atlas, Saturn